Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and today we're going to be going over another weapon review in the closed beta of Social Front 2. This time it's going to be regarding the Galil ARM, or the Galil ARM, if you want to call it that way. So, this and the other assault rifle by the name of the SIG 551 are the two assault rifles that you actually get for 7 days from one of the starter packs, and you can't get it any in any other way. I don't think they sell it in the shop. Actually, let me go ahead and confirm that really quickly. I'm pretty sure you can't buy it in the shop. Yes, there is no indication of either the Galil ARM or the SIG 551 in the shop. So unfortunately, that the only way you can access them is by leveling up and unlocking the starter packs and using them for a week. So that's unfortunate, but I guess use them while you can. So let's jump into the statistics of the Galil ARM. Now, the Galil ARM has a 54 damage rating, a 79 recoil rating, a 70 rate of fire, and a 67 accuracy. It has the same ammunition count as the AK-103 and the M4A1 before it, with 30 rounds in the magazine and 90 reserve. Add mag attachment basically does the same thing as it does for every other weapon. Now, the stats are very, very surprising for the Galil ARM, namely in the fact that the recoil is not that accurate at all. Well, actually, it's quite debatable, but to me, the recoil stat is very strange in that it doesn't, in my honest opinion, it shouldn't have a recoil rating of 79. That's just way too high for how it really performs. Though the one way that I can see it being legitimate is the fact that even though it seems like it has a tight hipfire spread, it's not actually a very good hipfire weapon at all. For some reason, if you try to hipfire with the Galil ARM, it doesn't really do all that well, and it does have like the same hipfire size, like the spread size is similar to the M4A1's, but don't be fooled by that. It's not that accurate in terms of hipfire performance. So if you can, try to stay away from the hipfire spread. Again, I don't know why. It could be because of the fact that it has 75 or 79 recoil, but for some reason it's not too accurate. Even at close middle range or close range, hipfire is almost like, well, it's either you kill him or you get killed real easily. So just beware of his hipfire spread. It may have to do with his ridiculously high recoil, but it's debatable. Other than that, the statistics really kind of mimic the M4A1's in that it has a pretty fast rate of fire, and it has basically the same damage rating. The accuracy, however, it's more on point with the AK-103. It's not a terribly accurate weapon compared to, like, say, the M4A1 or the Scar H. So, yeah. Some things to note about the Galil is that when you ADS with it, the recoil is actually quite low. It's lower than the M4A1's, or either that, or it's very similar to the M4A1's in scope or ADS recoil pattern. So you can kind of compare the two in that sense, where they fire relatively similarly and they have around the same vertical kick. So if you use M4A1 a lot, then you can definitely ADS well with the Galil, because they are pretty similar. I don't want to say they're identical, but they're pretty similar. The accuracy, though, is pretty lacking. This may explain why it has such a terrible hipfire performance, but while you're ADSing, it's not actually all that bad. You can treat it like the AK-103, because the AK-103 only has 1 point less accuracy, so it won't really make that much of a negative difference. So while you're at long range, you can use the Galil ARM to like burst fire or tap fire people at long range, and at middle range you can just go full auto while you're aiming down sights, and you should be good with the Galil ARM. Other than that, the Galil ARM really isn't all that unique. It's a weird. You can see it as a weird variant of the M4A1. A very very weird one, where it shares this relatively the same rate of fire and the ADS performance of the M4A1, but the hipfire accuracy is just not good at all. Do not rely on the hipfire performance of the Galil ARM, because you will figure out quickly why if you want to find out for yourself why. So yeah, with that in mind, one last note about the Galil ARM is the iron sights. The iron sights are relatively clear for the Galil ARM. In fact, I'm pretty sure all the iron sights in this game are very easy to use. It's just a matter of preference by this point. The Galil ARM the iron sights are very clear, very usable, but it kind of resembles the M4A1. Kind of, where it does have that. I think all sights have that green dot indicator in the middle of your screen, but it resembles more the M4A1's. Or actually, I should say it resembles the Scar H's iron sights, because the M4A1 does have that kind of the triple pronged iron sight, the foresight. Whereas the Scar H and the Galil ARM only have that single mid bar for the foresight. So the iron sights are pretty similar to the Scar H's in my opinion, but I mean that's just up to you. Then again, iron sights are always a very subjective matter, and it's whether or not you personally as a player like it. Other than that though, there's really nothing more to say about the Galil ARM. Just remember, if I were to summarize the Galil ARM in a nutshell, no hipfire. Just stick to its iron sights, and that's just about it. Don't hipfire. ADS is key. ADS to victory. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys later. ゆっくりしてってね。
She